All right. So, couldn't figure out in OBS how to do this full screen. So, I'm doing like full window capture or full display capture, whatever it is. I have not made a YouTube video on this channel in forever. Um, I'll tell you why, real quick. I started a skateboard YouTube channel simultaneously with the sim racing YouTube channel, and I wanted to see which one was kind of more successful and which one would bring me the most joy, and gave it like multiple months where I was doing both channels simultaneously, and the skateboarding channel won out. I was getting better views from it. I was getting a lot of joy from making skateboarding content and things like that. And I hadn't really had anything to really spark my imagination to make a YouTube video on this channel in a while. But this past week, I've been doing a lot of autocross on Live for Speed, and oh my goodness, it is so fun. So, Live for Speed, if you don't know, it's a older sim racing title, but still kind of revered for its really good physics. Um, Not going to say necessarily the best physics in the world, but very believable driving. Maybe a little bit slidey, but for the most part, very believable driving. But what's cool and what it does different that not a lot of other games have is right here, autocross. So if you live in America, um, you may, I mean, I'm sure they do it in Europe as well, but basically racing in parking lots around cones. And it's probably the most accessible, the most affordable um, type of racing possible. It's about $60 um, for an autocross day. You don't have to have a car that's necessarily prepped, like it can be a completely bone stock, whatever you have. Um, and there's a class for you to race in. Usually really good community, like you go and there's just nice people who are going to help you and help teach you, and it's really great. I encourage you, if you haven't done autocross before, go out and do it. It's a lot of fun. um, Safe environment because they're big open parking lots, and the worst thing you're going to hit is a cone. So you're not going to destroy your car. You're not going to yeah, super safe environment to drive and learn how to handle the car. But it's a little bit of a different driving style. So sim racing, we typically, when we're on a track, we focus a lot on like really smooth inputs, you know, hard on the brakes, but then fade off of them, light on the gas as we apply the accelerator, and smooth with our hands, right? And that's how we're typically quick. Well, autocross is much more frantic driving style because it's like fast left, fast right. Um, but one of the things that's hard about autocross, I'm saying this like I've done it a ton. I've literally done one autocross event, but I'm planning on going next week? No, in 2 weeks. I'm planning on going in 2 weeks again, and I'm using Live for Speed to train for that event. So that's why I'm making this video. Is I'm gonna like hopefully practice a bunch. But one of the things that's hard is um, really when you have the cones and things like that, it's hard to visualize multiple cones in multiple sections in a row, and it's hard to kind of figure out what the correct line in is through a section. It's not as obvious as like track racing where you go out wide to the curb, cut in, touch the apex, and then accelerate out to the exit curb. And there are differences in late apexes and early apexes and double apexes and things like that, but for the most part, generally the fastest line through a corner is fairly obvious. In autocross, it's not so obvious because all you have out there is cones. So you have to have a lot of visualization, imagination, figuring out how to hustle the car around as quick as possible. So I'm using this to train and hopefully get a little bit better at autocross. So you can select your track, and there's 3 different layouts, but I believe I can download even more layouts, if I'm not mistaken, through the mods. And then you can select your car, and we have the cars that come stock in the game, which are unbranded for the most part. But what's cool is like this one, spec wise, it's not too dissimilar to the car I drive in real life. I drive a car that has 100 horsepower, a Mazda 2. Um, got a 5-speed transmission, um, roughly the same weight. Mine's probably like 200 pounds heavier. Um, and then you can play around with settings and things like that. I can go to tires, and you know that's a similar tire size to what I have on my car. You can even change um, you can change tire, what's it called? Compound, I guess. Um, so, anyways, yeah, you can play around with tire pressures, all manner of things to fool around with your car. But then there's also not just the cars that come in the game, but there are endless, endless amounts of modded cars. So, for example, I favorited a few of them. You know, if you're going out and driving some kind of wagon, you could probably train in that. If you're in a prepped Honda Civic, look at that. But my homie Stu has a Mazda, I mean not Mazda, MR2, um, that he engine swapped, and I mean I'm sure he could use that to train. He got a S2000, which looks sick. E46. Don't know if that's an M3 or like a 330 or something like that. But you just have like a lot of different um, little cars that can help train you find something similar to your car. Wait, maybe this one that's looks a little more souped up. Give us 100 horsepower. What do we got? 157 horsepower, way too powerful for me. Looks sick though. Looks teeny tiny. How much weight? Yeah, about 2,000 pounds. You don't really have to download the mods. Like they're all just like you already have them all, I guess, or I don't really know exactly how it works, but you just click on a car and boom, you're in it. Protege. I guess that's supposed to be a Mazda Protege. Protege. So cool. But it's like modified, you know? Ah, it's so fun. I mean, this is the type of stuff you don't get in a lot of other racing sims. We're gonna go with the stock. This is probably as close to my car as we're gonna get. That's fine. All right, let's get out on track. All right, first time through. I have practiced this layout quite a bit, so I should be theoretically fairly decent. One of the things about autocross is you typically get into second gear and stay in second gear the whole way. Oh, hit a cone. So you see I get penalty up in the top right for hitting that. Maybe at the end of the video I'll try out a layout I haven't done yet, since I've kind of have this layout fairly memorized. On the gas, on the gas. That was pretty good through there. I think my fastest time in this car is a 25 flat. Did I miss that? No, I didn't. Oh, terrible. I got in my head thinking I went the wrong way around the slalom, and then I kind of lost track of what I was doing. 4 minutes and 34 seconds of penalty. Alright, let's do that one more time. Alright, one more time. Here we go again. Less penalties. 3, 2, 1. Too much wheel spin. You really gotta get your field of view correct to know where the end of your car is. Oh, kind of let off the gas for a second and I shouldn't have. Alright, this is decent so far. Oh, that wasn't though. Oh, that wasn't. Oh. Okay. Let's try that one more time in the hatchback to get us a baseline. In real autocross, you typically only get a few runs. So I need to treat this a little more like the real thing, where I can't just like, oh, mess up, restart, mess up, restart. You really only get like 8 chances at it or whatever. Alright, that was clean, but that was like way too cautious. At the top of second gear there. Fighting that front wheel drive understeer. Oh no! And then it all crumbles. I missed a gate. Okay, let's try one more time. Again, in real life, you don't get all these chances. Throw it in second gear and leave it there the rest of the run. No, that's okay. Just one cone. And you can learn how you get punished for going into a section way too fast. Learn to find that rhythm. There we go. Okay. Just one cone. That was fairly clean. Alright, decent. So, 26.9. That was not that decent. My fastest time, again, like I said, was a 25 flat. And that hatchback. But, alright, let's switch to a new car. Because this is what's cool is, as I drop my phone, I can then try a variety of different cars. What is that? Oh, that's interesting. Rear wheel drive, H pattern. This might, oh, that's such an interesting car. I don't know what they're trying to model there. Maybe like an MR2. Huh. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, this is fast. And with a way quicker steering rack. Oh! Whoa, this thing steps out. This is going to be significantly faster. Oh, scary. rotate on throttle here. Oh, hit that cone. Oh. Oh. This thing is a rocket. Oh. Terrible. Oh! I also don't know why they made the finish line right in front of a brick wall. Let's try one more time. And whatever this car is. Much better launch. And second, and we're going to leave it there. Oh, oversteer going into that. Oh, 2-second penalty. Oh my gosh. This is simulating a incredibly tail happy car, that's for sure. And, you know, we love to play racing games and do a lot of that was pretty good. 119! We love to play racing sims and do things like simulate the 24-hour of Le Mans or things like that. Things you'll never do in real life. But this is actually kind of fun to use the simulator to kind of train for something that you might actually do in real life. It's pretty sick. Okay. A car I used to have way back in the day, although I did not have the M3 version of it. I had the 328i E36. This is a mod as well. But it's kind of crazy because this car, despite being way more powerful than that little hatchback, way more powerful than that little hatchback, it feels so slow and sluggish. I think maybe that's like a little exaggerated, but actually was able to be a little bit faster with that little hatchback than the C36. It's kind of crazy. It's just feels so heavy and soft on the suspension. And you can't really ever get on the throttle, so we're never using that 300 whatever horsepower. Whereas that hatchback maybe was 100 horsepower, but I was on throttle, full throttle, a significant chunk of time. Oh shoot. That was a huge driver mistake there. I kind of lost where I was on track. Yeah, that was not very fast. So, massive difference there jumping into the E36 M3. Whereas that car would probably destroy that little hatchback on a full track. Alright, so this is going to be for my buddy Stu, who's got one of these in real life. This might end up feeling pretty similar to that modded car we had. Yeah, and this one has Road Super tires, so this is like, I don't know, Road Super sounds like semi-slicks maybe. Maybe something even stickier than a 200 treadwear. Oh, did I hit a cone again? Oh my gosh. Alright, alright. Restarting. No cones. The cleanest run you've ever seen in your life. Right here. In Stu's MR2. Oh my gosh, did I really hit? Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, for real this time. The cleanest run you've ever seen. This is for you, Stu Bagel. Reaching the top of second gear. Way grippier tires. Oh! When she steps out, she really steps out. Ah, come on. Ah! Ah! All right. So I'm going to do now, I'm going to kind of walk through how I would do this if I was actually, and I'm getting a little bit sweaty, so let me change to my short sleeve shirt. Alright, I'm going to do now what I would do if I was training for a real autocross weekend. Which, I mean, oh my gosh. I think I saw online you can actually make your own layout, so it would be cool to get like the layout of the weekend, because sometimes they send those out beforehand, and try to make something similar. But I'm going to do this week 2 layout, which I'll do the week 2 one. I've never done this one before, so I have no clue. I have no clue what this layout is. I'm going to choose the car that I believe is the most similar to my car. Might be a little bit faster than my car, but you know. And let's do it. Oh gosh, okay. So what I would do if I was training is I would first simulate the walk. So if you've never done an autocross, you might not know that you actually get to walk the track first. So I'm going to try to take in the whole layout. So these double cones. So we start with a little slalom, then we get another slalom. It's interesting these cones look different than in the last one. Slalom there. Okay, and we come out there and the cones are telling us to go that way. Straight. I might even, honestly, if I wasn't doing this for the video and I didn't want to make this boring, I would probably, this is a tricky spot right here, okay. I would probably actually do this multiple times. Okay, so now we get wider slalom. Yeah, I would probably do this 2 or 3 times just to really understand where I'm going. Okay, arrow's telling us to go straight. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we can take that out wide, and then we can cut through here. Okay. It's hard to remember. This is one of the challenges of autocross, though, is actually remembering where to go. Okay, when we see that wall, we can go here. Then it looks like we have a looping left-hander here. Slightly off the screen. It would be great if I had triple screens. And through there. Oh, this is a real looping left-hander. Okay. So I have a massive left-hand loop. I guess we go through these cones. And there. There, we're probably going to be picking up a lot of speed there. So it's interesting we had that huge looping left-hander. Gotta remember that. I'm not gonna remember this. Okay, more slaloming, as is typical of autocross. Then where do we go here? Keep going this way? Slalom, 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 slalom. Left through there, left through there, and finish. Okay, that is very different from the last layout. So I'm gonna try that again at like 70% speed, maybe. Very slow. Okay, boom, boom. This is like, you know, the first run you have of the day. You really are trying to like feel out the layout. I remember that tight little spot there. Okay. Oh. So I'm going left through there, cut there. Oh gosh, I had my eyes the other way. Okay. And then okay, so we can go left. Yeah, it's just such a different discipline than track racing. It's just cool to see it represented in sim like this and be able to actually practice it. And you usually get 8 runs in real autocross. But I'm going to try to do this in 4 runs. So this is run number 1. And then see if I can get like a respectable time. Now, I never got into 3rd gear at the autocross I did. So this is definitely a faster layout than a lot of autocrosses. Okay. This is going to be run number 2 here. So I've done a track walk and then 1 slow run. Let's do one with a little more gumption. A little more pace. And this is like one of the challenges of autocross that you do have to practice is getting up to speed. Oh shoot, getting up to speed fast, because you don't have 1,000 laps to find your pace. Okay. Okay, so that like spot where there was a bunch of cones, I think was almost like I should treat it like an exit curb. Oh, missed those. Missed a gate. I should treat it like an exit curb almost. And go all the way out to the... Oh, I guess I missed a cone, and so it's penalizing me for every... Yeah. It's penalizing me for wrong route. That's okay. Okay. Alright. This is run number 3, so I would have been disqualified there. IRL. Run number 3. So I'm going to have 2 good runs here. Hopefully. Figuring out that you can take that wider, probably, and I would imagine that's faster. Oh no! Oh shoot! That one I keep thinking is a slalom. And now I'm going to get penalized every one I go around. But I'm going to use this for practice. Wait. Oh my gosh, Jack. So you can see I've already... This is the challenge of autocross right here. And I missed that one. Yep. Okay. Wow. This feels too much like my first time autocrossing. I did, my first time autocrossing, I did DQ on 2 out of my first 3 runs, almost in the exact same way I did, which was I went into a slalom section around the wrong cone first, and then it messed up the rest of the slalom. Alright, let's make this run decent. Pressure's on. I want it to be a legal run. You know, if I hit 1 or 2 cones, that's okay, but let's at least not disqualify ourselves. Paying attention to my cones. Okay, here's where it's a double the same way. There we go. Okay, we did that correct. Oh, and that was good through there. Wait. Okay. It's not going to be fast, but it's going to be legal for now. Yeah, if you autocross and sim race, you got to try this. So good. Also, let me know for those that are, hey, that one was legal. All right, 119. Let's get into the 118s, and then let's be happy. Let me know if you're in Europe, if autocross is a thing in Europe. All right, 118 coming right here. Oh, that was good. Did I hit that cone? Yes, I did. Okay, so we got 1 penalty. So we're not going to get the 118. Oh gosh, I did that again. All right. I could probably really watch this back and analyze what I'm doing wrong too. Learn what some of my mistakes are. Shoot, if you know some mistakes I'm making, let me know in the comments. I'd love to get better at autocross. And if y'all like this video, maybe I'll record some of my runs on June 8th. Oh my gosh! And give feedback on whether training with liver speed actually was helpful. Whether any of the vehicle dynamics translated. Slalom! Too fast! Okay, that was a 117 with 2 seconds worth of penalties, so a 119.5. Alright, last run of the video. Here we go. I mean, it'd be really good between runs to also like analyze, okay, I took this corner this way, how could I improve that? And really start to figure out technique as well, not just course memorization. But honestly, like your first time out, that's the biggest thing, is just figuring out where to go on track. But that's the thing though, in autocross, is you only have like 8 runs to get up to speed. So if the sim can help you understand some of these things better and get to the point where you can get up to speed faster when you're out there, how cool would that be? Oh, 118.9 with a 2-second penalty. So. And then I feel like in real life, every autocross session that you end feeling like, oh my gosh, I could have gone so much faster. So that's just how it goes. Alright, thanks for watching. That was really fun. First video on this channel in ages. I hope you enjoyed it. If y'all like this video, if you like, comment and give me a like on the video or whatever, and let me know that you enjoyed it. Maybe I will make more of this, like autocross sim racing focused content. And then maybe I'll record stuff on June 8th when I go autocross in real life, and we can try to see if you know, if this can make me a better autocrosser. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Also, if you want to watch a video from the first time I ever did do autocross, it's the last video on the channel. I'll put it in the top or whatever you do, so that you can click on it. All right, thanks for watching. If you like skateboarding, you can go check out my skateboard YouTube channel. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.